Cyndi, the same question is going to go to you.
Yeah.
I'll repeat it. The sprawl of the woodlands has reached its boundaries. Logic dictates to accommodate growth, we must either extend our borders, cut down trees, or embrace high-rise living. How do you stand on this issue?
Yeah, those are three interesting options. But I know we are embracing high-rise living for sure. I know there's a high-rise going in Riva Row, and then also it was announced that the Ritz-Carlton will be building a property on the 8 acres that are directly across from on the waterway. So they're both going to be luxury condominium facilities. So they're going to be very, very nice. That will accommodate some growth and maybe some people who are aging out of their homes that don't want a yard and would like to have a high rise to live in. So I think those are really good things for the community, and they're in walkable areas to our downtown, which is also an asset. So there won't be as many cars on the road. They can walk to the HEB or walk to Market Street or wherever they want to go. But expanding borders is an interesting one. I heard what Ann said. I don't really know if that would be possible, but if it were, that would be a really, really nice thing to do. Maybe I was looking at I-45 and some of those places are aging, but I'm not sure that would be a possibility. So we might have to go up.
Okay.
Okay,
30
so
seconds.
it's really important. I want to point out, and I'll use Cyndi's name. She is my opponent, but I will use her name and give her the 30 seconds to respond to it. Okay. But this is definitely a difference that we have. A lot of things she says, she is great on. I disagree with her on this. She said that we are embracing high-rise living. I don't think that would be very popular. That's something I don't embrace, and I would be fighting against as much as possible. So all three of those that you mentioned are non-negotiables for me. And apparently she's embracing high-rise living because she said, wait, I just want to give her a chance to respond back to that, because that's not me.
Good timing. Your 30 seconds is up. So Cyndi, you have 30 seconds to respond.
Okay, I'll happily. Those are already going in. Those are already done deals. So I mean, we can oppose it all we want, but the land belongs to the developer, and they'll do with it what they want. And they are going up. They will go under construction soon. So the beautiful thing, and really the township's job is to be the counterbalance to the developer. Quite honestly, if y'all know, that was part of the reason why the township was developed. So we are to hold them accountable. So we definitely need to hold them accountable for reforestation of the areas where they do cut down trees. They need to replant trees. So
thank you.
That's where I stand.
Hi there, everybody. My name is Dr. Tom Chumley. I'm running for the Woodlands Township position number 7. And I want to provide some commentary as to understanding some of what Cyndi Heiser said. And sometimes what someone leaves out can be as telling as what they put in to what they say. If you bear with me, I'll try and explain what I mean by that. Okay, number one, she was being asked something about the long term rather than the short term planning of the woodlands. There were 3 possible responses: expanding the borders, cutting down trees, and building up. And building up increases density and traffic, right? But she begins talking about the present. But ultimately, her answer to the long-term question is, we might have to go up. She didn't say it like that. She said, we might have to go up, which tells me she means that her plans for the future of the woodlands is to go up. That's what it means. Then later, she transitions to, she's talking about it's already a done deal. So it's already a done deal. The stuff that like very few people knew about anyway, and how in the world did that decision get made, and who green lighted that, and why was there no speed bumps for that? That decision, but okay, we'll just skip over that for now. She starts talking about we need to hold them accountable. The job of the Woodlands Township is to hold developers accountable, but what is she talking about? She transitions from what the subject was, which was holding them accountable for the high rises, the increased density, and the traffic, and she manipulates around that issue to saying we're going to hold them accountable for the trees. So she completely misses the fact that she was asked a question about the long term, and she starts talking about the short term. But ultimately, her answer is, we're going to build up. That's the long-term plan. And by the way, we don't have a plan for the increased density and the increased traffic it's going to cause. And we're not going to hold developers accountable for it. We'll hold them accountable for the trees, but we're not going to hold them accountable for the increased density and traffic and all this stuff. And we don't even have a plan to deal with that, even though there's a plan that's been available for transportation for years now, which is a very good solution, effective solution. So quite concerned about that, especially coming from people who preach about George Mitchell's vision. I don't preach like they do about George Mitchell's vision, but I seem to hold to it more than they do. So I hope this is something useful for the voter, so you know what the difference is between me, Tom Chumbley, and my opponent, Cyndi Heiser. I hope I'm saying her name right. I hope I got that part right. But that is a difference between us. She will green light, from all the indications I have, she is going to green light development, high-rise development, and rubber stamp it. And at least with me, you're going to have a speed bump in the road. I'm going to question it. We're going to negotiate it. And we're not just going to let any and everything happen here in the Woodlands. So that's the difference between me and Cyndi Heiser. One reason why Cyndi Heiser has to do that, a motivation, is because her campaign is funded in part by developers. So there's a good reason to do it. My campaign is funded in whole by myself. No one has given me any donations. No political action committee has supported me emotionally or financially in any way. I am beholden to no one, and I can do as I think I should, which is the way I'm going to make decisions is on every issue, do the right thing. And by right thing, I mean that the way that you conceive of the general interest, the public interest, or the what's the word that it's used in the Constitution? The general welfare. Okay, that concept, not what you think of when you think of narrow interests or someone who has something to gain by it, favoritism in any way, or something like that. No one can tell me what to do when I'm on the board. And every time, every single vote comes up, I can do what I think is right, which I've defined as basically the public interest concept, which means not a narrow interest. That is the difference between myself and my opponent.